Good morning, everybody. So just so you know, I am in the process of stacking videos for while I'm gone. Excuse me. And I thought for this one, we would do some alcohol marker coloring. And I got all these. I just grabbed a bunch of different colors that I thought I might use. And I'm going to use this Hammermill paper for this, and we're gonna look and see what we think, and then depending on how much time, I might get like some Nina and compare the two. Ugh. So this is the Hammermill Premium Color Copy Cover, 100 pound, 100 brightness. Okay, and it was a pretty good price. I got it online. Way less than the Nina. Now, they always tell you to have an extra piece of paper underneath. And they tell you to just use some cheap whatever. But this paper is actually reasonable enough that I'm not worried about it. I just got another sheet of that underneath. I have an alcohol-proof die so that I know that I'm safe with the alcohol markers. And it's in, I believe, the Flagstone. The Flagstone, yes, Flagstone. I like the Flagstone. It's not as, what would the word be that I would use for it? It's not as stand out as the black. And that's kind of nice. I thought these were flowers. They're pumpkins. And it's a corner. So let's go ahead and stamp it in a corner. And this is not, I already went down with it. Let's hope I didn't mess that up. This is not the rocker block. So I am not rocking it. I'm just putting it down. And give some good pressure because it's not also on a stamping. It's just, oops, on a block. So that turned out okay. I'm all right with that. There's an apple and some pumpkins and a flower, and we're just gonna play with the different colors and see how we do with the blending. So I need orange. I didn't bring orange, but I brought coral. I guess I thought it was orange. So the way I like to do it is to start with the light color, and even with okay, so I'm just going to do a small section at a time, and I know that it's going to be darker, and this is my dark color here now. And sometimes you can just go by following the lines. Then I'm going to come in with the medium, and when it's small like this, you know, you don't have to do a lot. So, and then I'm going to come back with the light and blend it all through. Okay, now I can go on to the next two. And this, oh, there's that dark corner. This is where I'm going to say my light is. So I'm actually going to leave some of this white. Now I'm coming back in with my dark. Now sometimes when it's real small, you can just do little dots, little bitty dots. Just dot it on. And that'll give you enough to go around, and you don't have to do this here is going to be darker. And there's a line there. Now I'm going to come in with the mid and again with the dots. Just to do blending. Just to blend it in. Then I'm going to come back with the light. And I'm just going to go along the edges of that. And now I'm going to go lightly over where my light spots are, right? And on this one, I'm going to leave some light also. But I know that this is going to be dark. Up through here, there's going to be darker. Okay, and I'm going to do my dots again. It's just nice when you're doing something small to just have those dots in. And since the apple's in front, and then up here, and a little bit more in the top, and along the lines. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my mid-tone and just dot on the edges. And you can see now I'm doing a little bit bigger dots because it's a very, very dark. That's going to keep, that I'm keeping small. And now I'm going to blend it all in. And I can go over the areas I left white. That's going to be dark down there. And I'm just going to kind of leave that dark. Okay. And now I'm not going to leave, I might do this and leave this a little bit of light also. Not as much. But this coral is almost looking red. Not an orangey color. Okay, in the mid-tone. And then my light. Did I go in with the dark? Go back in. There we go. Okay, and then here. Now they say one of the reasons for putting the light is you're just primering the paper. It's like a base coat. When you paint and you put a base coat, that's basically why that light's going down first. And then the light. And that needs to blend in. Now don't make any big, what's the word I want to use here? Choices or decisions at this point. You want to give it some time for the alcohol. I got to pull that up, don't I? I'm so sorry about that. You want to leave the alcohol some time to evaporate and for it to actually become what it's going to become. I might look for, I thought I had a golden yellow. Let's try the golden yellow on this one. So I'm going to come in, my light is here. And, oh, this is the brush. I'm not a huge fan of the brush. I wasn't thinking. But you can cover more area quicker when you use it. So now I'm going to come in. See, it's just quicker with the brush. Then the mid color to blend it. And back with the light. This is supposed to be a golden yellow. Okay, now I'm going to come in here. Now I'm going to do these three right now. Make sure you can see. Okay, and then come in with the dark. And go around here and up here. And around these. And hit those lines. You know, these pumpkins, they have these basically scars on them. And they have ridges, right? And it always appears a little bit darker at those ridges. And I'm just going to pat on the medium because I'm afraid if I try to brush it, it's just going to take over the whole thing. Okay, and then come back with the light to blend it all together. And now it's starting to look a little more like the color I wanted it to be. Okay, and then with the light, I'm coming back here. So we want more color here at the top. Come down through the ridge. Hit that spot, get around there. Okay, now the mid color. And I'm just gonna kind of tap around. Just to get that more blended. And then the light. Back with the light. I might bring some of this color in here. Yeah, that didn't change that. Yeah, I kind of like it. And then I kind of don't like it. It's like there's some really light spots on it that maybe need to be a little bit darker. That was just the mid, so now I can come back, use the light to kind of try and blend it back in. And let's try that. Even though I shouldn't have judged it yet, I could already see that it was really pretty kind of splotchy looking and not quite dark enough where I wanted it. It was already losing enough color that I could see that. Now where I brought in the light color, you could see if you look good enough that it bleached that one spot out right there, and that shows you that that light comes in and does that. And that was a darker spot. And so I'm just going to come back and add that color back in. Okay, we got a red apple, and I was sure I had a red blend. Dark red blend. Ooh, it might be too dark, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And this is a brush also. So I'm going to come, this is my light. And I'm just going to kind of put that where I want the darker to be. I think I'm going to come all the way around and around here. Then I'm going to come with my medium. And I don't know why, but that medium just kind of happens to look darker than the dark. And then the light. See, my medium looks darker than the dark. There we go. Maybe I didn't put dark on. Maybe I had the wrong color. Maybe I was using the light and thought I was using the dark. Okay. Now the light. Boy, that apple. Well, all we can do is wait and see because it is what it is. Okay. I've got these round, ovally looking little balls here. And honestly, these are like almost all brush ones. Let's do a purple. Let's just do a purple. You know, I'm going to come in with the dark, and I'm going to put dark here and dark up here. And then I'm going to bring the medium and do medium here. And then in the middle is where I'll have the light. And where I leave that white spot, that's reserving my light. So if I leave it white, it's only going to have one layer of the color on it. So it's going to be even lighter than where I do the light, if that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean. Just one sec. Let me finish this one. Okay. So here's the light, right? Let me just put it in a circle. And here's my other circle. Let me just color this in. Okay, so that's, say, one layer of color. Now I come in for a second time and do it. But I hit this one for the first time. Once this dries, this one will be lighter than this one because every layer you put on makes it a little bit darker. If I do another one, okay, and I do this one time, and I come back and give this another coat, so this now has 2 coats, and I give this one a 3rd coat, now we're going to have 2 different degrees of darkness. And we'll come back and we'll look at these in a little bit. I'm still working on these ovals. So by leaving that white space, it's reserving my light spot. Okay, I'm going to do dark and dark. And then I'm going to come in to medium. And hit the light. Okay. And there's one I just saw tucked back over here. I'm going to take the dark and dot it around here because it's small. And then I'm going to come in with the medium and hit just a tiny bit of the light here. You want to see our 3 dots? There's 1 time, 2 times. Look at the 3. Okay, that's my little oval ones. I have these little tiny balls. Let's do those in a yellow. Citrus, alpine green. Let's do a citrus. And I'm just gonna hit these with the medium. Why the medium? I don't know. I just decided to do medium. And then I might take a little bit of the dark. They're really so small that, you know, it's not going to really make a difference that much. Okay, the flower. There's, oh look, there's some more of the yellow. So let me hit these. I'm just hitting like the bases of the little flowers, but I don't think it's really making any difference at all. Okay. Now I have this flower. Now remember, I'm not trying to be realistic with this or nothing. I'm just trying to show the way that I do when I'm coloring. So I'm going to come in here and do this flower with this blue. This is also a brush. So I know I'm going to reserve that little spot right there. Some of these brush pen colors are way different than the regular colors, and sometimes they jump between shades quite a bit. But there we go with that. I just left that light spot there. But see, you can really see that break between that medium. Let's just see how that does. I might have to come back with the light. Even though I say wait, here I am fiddling with it. Now we got all these leaves. So what greens do I have? This is a citrus. No. What is that? Okay. This is alpine green and sage green. This is a metallic. This looks brown. That's why I grabbed it. So I'm just going to use it for the stems, even though it does look metallic. Okay, so I have the two greens. Some of these are very small. So a lot of these, I'm just going to use two colors, right? So I'll come in here and do these with the light. Stick some mid on the ends. And come back with the light just to blend that a little bit. And do some more blending. On the apple, I'll use the mid as the light. Use the dark as the dark. Because sometimes when it's this small, you don't need to do the three colors. You just don't. So that was very small. So let me show you on this one. If I use this mid color as my light color, and come back with the dark. And then come back with the mid to blend. I still preserved my light, right? I think on this one I'm going to use the light. I think this one looks like it's kind of by itself. And do the mid, and I want it darker down here. And then blend that in. You can't tell if that's supposed to be a flower right there. It almost looks like it is. Let's see. Where's that blue? See, so here I'm just using the two colors. Again, we're looking at a small thing. This leaf, I would do an orange. Well, I could use that color right there, which was the gold, right? And it's a big leaf. So I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to come in with the dark. I'm going to play with this. I'm not real sure what I'm doing here, but I kind of want to get some other colors going in here too. So let me get the blend. So now I want the light and blend it all together. And then I think I'm going to add some of that coral. Just to see if this works. And let me try to blend in it with the lightest color now. And we'll see how that looks when it dries. Okay, now I got the sage. Sage green. Here's the light. Yeah, it looks kind of like gray, but it is a greenish gray. So this is the light sage. So now I'll do the medium. That medium's pretty dark. And then back with the light to blend. I don't know about that one back there. I might do that one in the golden again. Okay, this one I'm gonna do dark. So the medium for the light. And then okay. And this one I'm going to use the medium golden and then the dark. Even though it's bigger, I still am just going to stick to the two colors. All right. There's some leaves down here. Not the best coloring job I've ever done, but not the worst either. Now, here's what you need to see. When you flip it over, that shows how well you were getting that color down. It should soak into. That's why you keep a paper underneath. See here and here. Here it almost looks like it did come through, even though I don't see it here. If you don't have a paper underneath to soak it up, it's going to go back down. Look at these, where I put the more color. See the difference in the shades? I don't know if you can tell or not. But there's my coloring. All right, everybody. So I guess this video is too long for me to go. It would be an hour to do the other one, the other paper. But this paper did all right. Not the best. I like the other one that I had. It was better. So, but I couldn't find it online. All right, if you like my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Bye-bye now.